internet speed. Um, so with your internet speed, you want to check it out. Don't just go by, um, what they told you you're gonna get. Check it out for yourself. I highly recommend that to all of my clients. I recently had a client, and she was she was being advertised. Uh, her bill said she's getting 500 gigs of speed, and she was getting nowhere near that. We did a speed test, and actually her upload and download speed were both under 100 megabytes of speed. Um, so I just wanted to bring to everyone's attention that is something that you should double check on your own. And I'll go over a little bit how to do that. So you have two of the more popular internet provider lines are fiber. You can have a fiber line, or you can have a cable internet connection. The difference is fiber is a little less accessible, meaning it's not installed everywhere. They're trying to get it out everywhere, but it's installed. It's not available in every city and town. Cable is more provided almost everywhere, and that's why you get those bundles with. You can get a bundle with fiber as well, but it's usually coming through your cable coaxial line, which is that cord that comes through your wall, and you screw it in to the back of your modem. So with that line, it's usually not a dedicated line, meaning it's not coming directly to you. It's a line that comes into the block or your neighborhood or your small community, and is shared among everyone in that community. So you may notice with a cable connection, example, if you have like Spectrum, or if you have Optimum or Comcast, those are examples of providers that use a cable connection. So you might notice, like at peak hours, your connection might slow down a little bit, and that's due to congestion and bandwidth usage on that line. That means people are home usually in the evening, so you're gonna get like pixelated movies coming up. You're gonna get weird things happening on your internet connection. I mean, I'm sure people notice it. So when you have a fiber line, it's more of it's a dedicated line straight into your home. You have matching upload and download speeds for the most part. It can go up to a gig of speed. So those providers are usually like Verizon, AT&T, Google. Those are just a few of them, and so those are the two most popular internet provider lines. So you ask, well, GotATek, how do I check my internet speed? I don't know how to do that. So it's really easy, actually. If you go to your internet service provider's website, and you log in, just like when you log in to pay your bill every month, log in the same way. They usually have a dashboard and a section that says internet. Just go look at your bill first and see how much internet you're paying for. So if you're paying for 500 megabytes or 1 gig of speed, just take mental note of that or write that down. And then you want to go to the internet portion of the dashboard, and they usually have an option to do a speed test. So you want to run that speed test and see what it's saying that you're currently getting. So if you are paying for a fiber line and you're paying for 1 gig of speed, and your speed test comes back with 500, 600 megabytes, that's something you want to look into, because with fiber you should be getting match speeds, or not too much. There shouldn't be too much difference between the speeds up and down, upload and download speeds. You should be at about 900 for both, 900 megabytes for both. For a cable line, cable lines are going to be a little bit slower because of the reasons I explained earlier. But if your cable line is like 100 megs or lower, or 200 megs or lower, you definitely need to call your provider and say, hey, I'm doing a speed test directly from your website. And you can also use outside speed tests. You can go to speedtest.net, but you can say, hey, I did a speed test from your website several times. I ran it and my speeds are very slow. What's going on my line? And demand that they do a test on your line and figure out what is causing the holdup. I would recommend doing a few of them. Maybe do it different times of the day, because they might tell you the same thing I mentioned earlier. Hey, this is peak hours. That's why you're getting slower speeds. So do it during the middle of the night or the middle of the morning when nobody else could really going to be on the internet. And say, hey, even during those times, on non-peak, outside of peak hours, I'm getting very slow speeds. Something's going on my line. And see what they say. Now, this happened to a client of mine recently. She was paying for 500 megabytes of speed on a cable line. And we did the speed test, and I noticed that the speed test, everything was under 100. Her upload and download speed was under 100 megabytes. So we called the provider. Is actually one of the cable providers that I mentioned earlier, and I was very surprised as to how they handled this customer. They had virtually no customer service. There was maybe a tech or two that seemed to be a little nicer, but they still were not accommodating. They still did not try to resolve the issue. They did offer us a complimentary upgrade to her router, which did improve the speed slightly, but not significantly enough where she's getting anywhere near. So they did upgrade. They did provide a complimentary upgrade of the speed to a gig for the same price that she's currently paying, and they did upgrade the router. But as far as taking our concerns seriously and trying to resolve it, or try to use that feedback to provide better service in the future, which is what I thought they would say, or even offer a discount to say, hey, this is for the inconvenience, or this is because we don't know how long you've been getting that test. Like, they didn't even want to run a report to see how long the speed was slower. They just basically put it back on the customer, which is a no-no in customer service. They put it back on the customer and they said, hey, you should be letting us know when you're having internet problems. And that's not why we called them. We weren't having any problems. This was just something that GotATek ended up coming across, because it's part of what I offer and my maintenance package to test the speed. And I came across it and I alert the customer. Most customers are not going to know, most home users are not going to know, hey, let me test my internet speed. I don't think that's like something that's privy to most people. They're not thinking about that. They think what they're paying for, that's what they're getting. They just make that assumption. So I don't think that this company should have put it back on the customer. I thought that was very poor customer service. So don't let that happen to you. Call them, demand that they resolve the issue, demand that they look into it, and demand that they offer you complimentary upgrade or discounts on your line. Those are my recommendations for your internet speed. If you need any help with any of this, all my information is in the description below. You can if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. You can subscribe to my channel so you can always be up to date on the latest advice from GotATek. And don't forget to write in the comments if you would like to see more videos on this topic. All my contact information can be found in the description below, and my calendar is now posted if you would like to make an appointment to work with me one-on-one. Thanks for watching.